We're live! Finally! We're back on track. Hopefully, everybody is here with us today, tonight. Good evening, guys. Episode 46. Um, it's been quite a while since uh, the last show, but that's because we've been away. The bunch of three guys. Hello, guys. Say hello to everyone watching us right
I
now. Hopefully. Um, we already have people watching us, which is quite very interesting and very nice, and I'm very happy about it, guys. Just to let you guys know, I'm currently in a hotel room. I have a lot of things to do, travel around the country with all the work and stuff. So be patient with us, and if the connection drops out, we will try to reconnect with everybody. Guys, how are you guys doing?
good, good. Well, I mean, the vacation's over, but
Exa-
ignoring that, everything's good.
exactly. We've been missing. We've missed. I mean, I've been missing the live show, and I know you guys missed it. We tried so much to do a live show from Super Smash Flames from Switzerland. Unfortunately, um, there were two problems. One problem was regarding the Swiss plugs, which are the hexagon ones, and I only have round round plugs for my laptop and all my gear, and I couldn't plug it in. And the second one was that the internet connection in Switzerland was lacking at the venue because we had a better venue than expected. We kind of switched venues from what we were supposed to go to and what we actually ended up with, which was absolutely great. The big upgrade for the gameplay and for everything there. Unfortunately, not for our show because we lacked the internet. We had some internet connection provided by our dear good friends and hosts from Super Smash Flames, Etienne and everybody from the Swiss team, and also from Fred and the French team. And yeah, everybody who came up actually put their bones to work. Lud especially did some really good organizing with the cantina and the cafeteria and all those keeping things tidy and not
All the
letting
practical stuff.
all the practical stuff. Exactly. So guys, how are you today? I mean, how are you? Basically, how was Super Smash Flames, and how is it with you now that you're back home? And um, yeah, or I should go probably a little bit over the agenda we proposed for today. I think this is a wiser thing to do. And basically, we will have um, Super Smash talking about the tournament, some painting tips these two beautiful young men have for us, and then we have hobbying. We'll talk about sportsmanship and tournaments, and also analyze some data we had from the tournament, and also if Christian is ready with his historical anecdote, that will be absolutely beautiful. Good evening to Benjamin, to Wardrobe Plays World War II, nice, and to Patrick. Patrick, finally we got to see each other and meet, and I was very happy with what we had. Um all right, guys, can you still hear
I'm
me?
just trying to find the data from Super Smash Bros. It's right there. I
All right.
sent you an email.
All right. So I think we just had a little hiccup with the connection, but I just hope everybody is still with us. So be patient, stay with us. We're trying to do this as best as we can. All right. So Christian, we already have a question for you. Did you enjoy the girlfriend since you are wearing that helmet?
What is people asking
Annoy,
about? I
annoy.
haven't seen.
Your helmet. People are asking about your helmet actually.
No. Okay. No,
it's just because I'm back at the garrison right now before I start my final semester to do my bachelor. So I'm back at the garrison in the army working, and because my industry company is in Grafenberg in Germany on a live firing exercise, I couldn't go there with them because then I would earn up too many. Therefore, I'm at the garrison helping out at the depot.
Poor you.
And they, yeah, poor me. But they had a spare M1 helmet that I could have for free because they were about to throw it out. And I was like, no, I want that one. And for you that don't know, we got the helmets after the Second World War through the Marshall Help, which was like this big movement in the US where they supported the European countries after the war with both financial support and then also military equipment. So therefore, we had this helmet for many a year. So I'm planning on restoring it and then painting it up with all the correct insignias on and stuff, and wear it at the tournaments, and then maybe have something done with all the webbing inside because it's a little too deep on my head, but otherwise it works.
Yeah, it's an M1 steel helmet. It's not gonna be fun.
No.
I think it's a pain to wear it actually, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much. All right, guys. So let's get back to what happened and how things were. Here in the background, like around here, you can see a picture I took of a very very beautiful table. We had probably we're gonna get back on track. Come on, internet. Come on, you can do this. All right. It's not that it happens in Switzerland, we don't have internet. It happens everywhere where you don't have anything set up professionally for live streaming, and that's a bit of a shame sometimes. So I was talking about the absolutely wonderful tables we had at the tournament. They were full of scenery, full of very, very nice crafted and original tables, and also there were some very very nice handmade or personalized tables, like the beach landing table I played on, which was absolutely fantastic. There were also some
Stalingrad tables.
the Stalingrad table, exactly. A lot of tables were very very nice, and I want to thank everybody who got them there at the Super Smash Flames, and I'm very happy we had the occasion to play. I had the occasion to play there, and I'm very pleased with it. Hello, Soren.
Hi, son.
Yeah,
How you doing?
Yeah,
Yes.
and it was actually it wasn't like the tables were cramped together. There was still the possibility to move around the tables.
There was, I mean, they were not the usual tournament tables where you have like the one row going maybe 2-3 houses,
Doormats.
a ton of fields. These were really good tables, and it
Yeah.
was such a pleasure to play on them.
And especially also the fact that they had the scoring system where after the game we
Yeah.
could
For the best table in the end.
so that was actually quite nice that Etienne picked up on that idea that I
Yeah.
gave him.
Yeah.
It's something that I've used a lot at Danish tournaments,
Okay.
to bring up the quality, and I've stolen it from the bolt action community.
Exactly. Well,
I saw it I was at a bolt action tournament, and I saw this, and I thought like, why don't we do this? It's just such a great idea.
exactly, it's a great idea, and I think everybody at the tournament appreciated the fact that table quality was very high, and everything there was actually very well set up. Although this was the first time they did this event, and you know, heads down. They did a great job, and I'm really looking forward to see these tables at future ATCs and at future events because I know it's a pain to move them around, around Europe and everything, but I think we will manage to find a solution to that and see how we could help around maybe with moving.
But especially if there's a prize to win, if there's a prize to win, people will definitely dig into it, I think. And you remember on past shows, I've shown pictures of some of the guys at the Danish tournaments that make great looking tables, and they really, gotten into making great tables with small telegraph poles and I don't know, cafe tables and all kinds of stuff. It's really nice.
Exactly. Guys, I propose to you to just go through what happened day by day at the event and see what subjects you want to talk about from there. Um, First of all, first day was very nice. Um, we got to see each other, and I'm telling you guys, the amount of excitement we had was sky high, and there was this player I think from Team Denmark from you guys. Uh, or Belgium. I don't really remember. I just remember what he said. He said this is like Christmas. It's like the first morning on Christmas when you wake up and you want to open your presents and you're so excited with everybody around. And everybody was there, and everybody was. I mean, I was very very happy to see you all guys. Actually, I got drunk on the first day. And I think it was from all the excitement and not from the alcohol I was taking in because I just drank one beer and then I was like, what?
Yeah, you were intoxicated by all the happy faces. Yeah,
Exactly,
and
all the happy faces and I think all the euphoria for being there and being able to play.
I remember I got like a, a big bear hug from Ludi when he saw me. Like he almost assaulted me. I was like, "Hey, buddy!"
Yep.
Exactly,
So
exactly.
it was great, man, to see
Ex-
you guys.
Exactly. So that was the first day was absolutely like Christmas morning for me, and yeah, we got to familiarize ourselves with the venue and with the tables and everything, and then we started off. Uh, from the beginning, I started fighting one of these beautiful young gentlemen here. Romania battled against Liechtenstein, where Lud was playing, and yeah, Lud actually was the only Liechtenstein player who managed to steal a victory from the jaws of defeat,
Yep.
which was absolutely incredible. And yeah, this happens, and you just have to be attentive, and just have to pay attention to how the game works, and to know what turn you're in, and to know your victory conditions. And basically, Andre, the guy
Keep
who
your
was
head in the game, man.
exactly, Andre, the guy who was playing, uh, he just. I mean, Lud, can you tell us what happened there? Because
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a so-called clean victory. So basically, Andre was about to kill everyone off me, but then turn six came on. I can't remember which mission we were playing, but yeah, I had my ab raise uh, on the objective. Well, actually, the last ab ray at that point, and on my equalizing turn six, I realized that hold on, Andre is at 6 inches from the objective. So thank you, sir. It was a pleasure playing with you. I'm really sorry, but I need to declare victory now. And
exactly.
Andre's face was like, what?
What?
And yeah,
And
then
and and you should have
I
had a little horn with you that you could just one of those you could just blow on with I don't know, a cylinder full of gas and just
Exactly.
wah,
Ah!
wah, wah, wah.
I actually, I mean, he he was supposed to win the game. He was honestly he played a really good game,
Yeah.
but yeah, he thought it was enough to contest the objective, and it wasn't. And
Exactly.
so I actually like apologized to him, going like, "Sorry, buddy, I could have told you about that last turn, but this
Hey,
time we're at a tournament."
exactly.
At a
It's a
tournament game,
tournament.
would of course go like, "Hey, there's you might want to do something," but here
Ex-
was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
"Sorry,
But
sorry,
that's
buddy. Um,
it's a
let's end
big
the here," and then we went off to buy him a beer.
yeah. But it's the world. It's like the World Cup. You don't tell the friends or the from the opponent team, hey, by the way, I'm gonna go
Yeah,
down the right flank now and make a relay with the ball towards the goal. So you might want to go to the left, tackle him.
exactly. Yeah. Well, yeah. This happens. It's a tournament, and it was first game, first day. And Andre is very experienced. He's a very experienced player. He plays very nice and very good. But unfortunately, he kind of slacked in the last year or so, and. He only came for our tournaments. He never played like the other games, and I think it was first time for him playing that scenario. And
yeah,
he was like, "What? What? Yeah, yeah, it happens." We gave him a little bit
But
like we gave him like the baton, you know. We kept telling him and reminding him that's how you give uh, someone victory. But yeah, first of all, you need to know the rules to be able to win the game. And this time, Lud was the one who knew the rules better than Andre, and he won the game. Hello, team.
yeah.
Good to see you with
The first
us.
thing what I talked with a lot of people was, I mean, a lot of us had played a handful of games during the last year. It was we were I'd say most of us at the tournament were pretty rusty on some things. You like after doing something, we realized like, oh no, this I shouldn't have done this or that. It was, I mean, it was the first event in what, a year and a half that people
Exactly.
had the chance to come to, and
Ex-
I mean there was a lot of hassle going on around anyway, because people, like you guys said, people were so happy and overjoyed about just meeting each other that yeah, it
yeah,
was.
and I also think that like something that I felt really humbled about or humbled by was that so many people came up to us and said, "Hey, we love your show, and
yeah,
it
exactly.
feels like we're at a cafe with you guys, just sitting and chatting." And to me, it's like, "Oh my God, mission accomplished!"
Exactly.
Because
Yeah,
I'm very.
when dark times started last year, Ludi
yeah,
said to me, "Hey, me and Theo do this show. You should come and watch." And I was like, "No, I want to be on the show. I want to just chat with you guys." And then all of a sudden, now we have made 46 episodes, and people still want to watch us,
yeah, and I
listen
mean,
to us afterwards as a podcast. Meanwhile, they paint or I don't know, work in the hamster wheel and listen to us
yeah,
babbling about Flames of War, and it's just great, man. I
I
was
mean,
really
I
humbled by it. And thank you very much,
I
guys.
received fan gifts. It was like I've I've just sat at a table painting my minis and talk shop with you guys, and suddenly there's people coming with like, here's a blister miniatures for you, or I mean,
Yeah.
we Patrick gave me the super rare out of production Luftwaffe flak nests, the
Oh,
buildings.
Jesus.
Like, there you go, buddy. Like with
You
other
see
stuff.
goosebumps here.
Yeah.
It's like you just went like, well, what do you want for these? Yeah,
Exactly.
nothing. Just you do something cool with them.
Exactly. Thank you
So
to
yeah, thanks.
everybody.
It was. I mean, I I still haven't had time to start with it. I'm sorry about that. Oh, and Andre Silva from Portugal already earlier last year. He sent me this, the Hungarian artillery group with 88s, Pack 40s, and the Italian 105 mil howitzers.
Whoa.
Just like and sorry, 4 oldies.
Right.
That's just great.
Yeah, I don't do anything with these. You do something awesome. Thanks for the stuff you do. God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very
But
very happy to everybody, and I'm very grateful to everybody watching the show and to everybody who came up to us at Super Smash Flames and told us, guys, we really like you, we like what you're doing, and keep it up. And I really like the thing. You're the YouTube guy, and I was like, what?
yeah. Yeah, it was great. It was great. But Theo, I sent you a video and a link on your email, which is like I took a small video of 16 seconds worth of video of my first game and the results. So I don't know if the connection is able to make it at your hotel room, but if you could put it up so everybody could see, then it's easier for me to explain how my first game went. And I had to play against this very nice gentleman from Switzerland.
Did you send it by email?
Yeah, it's like a link. Should be.
I have the Super Smash Flames results.
Yeah.
And
I
that's
also
it.
sent you a link.
I think I played Philip on the second or third day. He was an absolute blast to play with, and our game was amazing. He won the game by the end, but it was one of those thrillers, from turn one. Both are having goosebumps, and from there on, it could go either way.
Yeah, and the thing was with
guys,
the thing was when I played against Philip, I had to play against him in breakthrough, and I think he did some mistakes in his choice for reserves. But the fact that he got reserves from the first turn made the game interesting, and I had to stay focused to win. But then afterwards he was like, "Hey, what can I do better? How would you play it, and what should I do?" We talked a little bit about tactics and how he should do, and afterwards, apparently he did quite well. So
he's a good player.
It's nice he took my advices. So yeah.
Christian, I don't have the link yet.
Okay, I have a picture. I think I can send.
If you can send it by email, it's perfect. I will try to see if it's in the spam. Nope. Not here.
No, but then we played against, in our second game, we played against France, and I played against Fred on a desert table where I had to attack him in, I can't remember which mission it is. It's the one where there's this huge rectangular deployment zone with an objective and then one in each side. Oh, sorry, I can pick either side to place one, and then he has scattered the data reserves. And it was like the desert table.
And you have to go across the table to.
Yeah, you start your deployment in these two little squares where you have to divide your.
The spear point thing, I think. It is.
Yeah.
Or
the thing was,
or encirclement or something like that, where you have to bring your forces 40%, 60%, something like that, right?
Yeah. And the thing was, I came down to the wire against Fred. And I had a push on the right flank, and I was also pushing in the middle, but there was this stupid river that needed to do cross checks against. And then I had one chance to get my infantry across an open area into a house. Then he got reserves first turn, of course, and they arrived in the exact part of the table that he needed to punish me. And then from then on, I just tried to push, and I tried to bombard his pack fronts away on packness, but he made so many 4+, man, and and then it came down to the wire, and then in the end he managed to kill my formation like with 15 minutes left. So, but that's how it goes when you play against a good player, and France won the whole thing, so I don't mind, and it was very close.
Yeah, you gave him the victory. Only if you could have drawn, maybe Romania would have won.
yeah. But also Theo. we had talked about on the Danish team that we played against you.
Yes.
One more turn in 3 of the games.
Yeah.
One Helge would have won his game, and Jesper with the beard would have won his game. And most likely, if I had gotten one more turn, that infantry stand would have been dead, and that carry as well.
I don't know what to say, my friend. You are also very, very close to losing your formation. So yeah.
Yeah, but it's the same. But yeah, I had one more turn, so yeah. If I had one more turn, but again,
If you would have had one more turn, I would have had one more turn, and then you never know.
You never know. But at least I think many of the games, as we talked about before, when you're fighting in the top bracket against the best teams are fighting each other. There's a lot of draw matches, and there's a lot of two wins and two draws, or 2 wins or 2 losses against those teams.
All right, I would say we will come to that subject in just a little bit. So basically, first day for me, as I told you guys, was very nice. A lot of excitement. I couldn't get more from the first game because I played against Vasi, an absolutely wonderful person, a great man, great friend of mine. He's Greek just like me, so yasu to him if he's ever gonna listen to this podcast or if he's listening to it right now. And the problem was he had 6 elephants, and that ended up very, very fast. Very enjoyable game, very fast. I had enough time to get drunk for the second game, so yeah, you know. That's how it goes. Yeah, the second game I think we played against Poland, and I played against a very strange list where I was the defender, he was the attacker, and we had a perfect draw. We actually draw perfect with Poland. We had 2 draws, 2 victories, same small points in all 4 matches, and yeah, I mean you cannot actually defeat with the kind of list I had. You cannot actually defeat so many flamers and so many Stummels and so much pack front and infantry and everything. But yeah, I think that was the game that actually I was most afraid of. Let's say, I wasn't afraid, but I was very tense because I knew the Polish guy. He said that it was his first time playing that list. I don't believe him. He is highly skilled and cunning, and he actually played it for a draw, which doesn't upset me that much. I can personally understand why he played like that because he couldn't actually, running with all his infantry towards my Churchills and all my carriers or Daimlers and stuff like that wouldn't have been a great idea for him. But at least I tried. I actually pushed everything. I mean, I took his first wave of assault, and then I soaked it up, killed all the Stummels, kept pack front, killed flamers, killed a lot of stuff. But then I had to go meet the MGs with my guys because I didn't play the reconnaissance list that is the list of the moment, let's say. And I tried to do a push with the infantry. Pretty much it got to the point where I was with you, Christian, in the game. It was at the point where if I would have pushed anymore, I would have broken my formation, and I had absolutely no chance of dislodging him from the objective, so it would have been a nonsense to do that. And that was the second day. Third day, we played against France, first game. We also drawed with them, 2 victories, 2 equals, or 2 victories each. So we lost 2, we won 2, and it was 2-2. I think they got us by 1 small point in one of the games. Me and Dan, who ended up winning best general with the best list, the reconnaissance list. We managed to win, and I don't know what to say. It was a great game. The French team was very, very nice, very enjoyable to play against. Although competitive, but they were very, very nice. And I want to thank everybody. I mean, everybody was very nice at the tournament, but you would expect when when you're fighting for the first place and stuff. I mean, there was these three teams that we actually ended up one, two, one, two, three. France, Romania, Poland, you guys from Denmark, and USA. There were some other Italy, Germany. Also, I mean, these are teams with a lot of experience from the ATC, and you would expect tough games against them. And it wasn't. I mean, it was tense. It was every. I mean, I was jumping when I managed to uh, win with just three guys assaulting these Daimlers in the sixth turn. For me, I was like, yay! Just roll the counterattack, and yeah, he rolled the counterattack, and you cannot
But
stop
Theo,
him.
it's like it's when you fight against equal teams. I think like the diversity between, the amount of points the winner has until, let's say, fourth that we got on is the margin is very small, and the games often in those matches come down to the wire, where it's all the little tiny things that makes a huge difference, where it's going to be a draw or a win.
Exactly.
And I really enjoy that moment. I live for those moments at the tournament. It's really nice.
Yeah.
And as you said, competitively, or the spirit is competitive, yes, but it's still um, with like a wink in the eye and good sportsmanship.
Yeah. How was the second day for you guys?
It was good. I'm trying to remember who we played. I think we played the second game for Team Liechtenstein was Switzerland.
Hmm.
The third game was against Italy,
Hmm.
and I played against a very nice Italian gentleman, Flaviano.
All right.
Turns out we had common friends in the past,
Hmm.
which was again like a show of, hold on, the world is really small. And yeah, we had a really nice game. That was also like from from turn 2 until turn 4, I was like that close from winning. And then turn 5, 6, he turned it over for himself again. But
Yeah.
I had a really bad luck with my opponent's reserves coming during the whole tournament. They came uh, at the exact moment that I didn't want them to come, at the exact place that I really didn't want them to come. And yeah, I mean, unlucky, but yeah, the Italians have always been super nice guys. Uh, Especially this first time I met Flaviano. He's also a really good painter. Thought
Mhm.
we talked quite a lot of about the hobby with him. And yeah, then we have a quite a similar past with him. So we and I think Christian came after his game also to the backyard. And yeah, we all realized that, yeah, we've done pretty much the same stuff in the same corners of the world, just not knowing about each other
All
back
right.
then.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, and yeah, I mean, playing against Flaviano was really really a pleasure. And then the fourth game was against Switzerland. I played against Philip. Uh, Awesome guy. I kept during the whole tournament. Uh, he kept providing me with the so-called coffin nails during the tournament.
All right.
And um, yeah, I mean, super nice guy. Um, played a tight game. I can't remember the missions anymore, but I mean, day 2 was two amazingly tight trillers playing against amazing guys and having a really good time. I mean, yeah, it uh, hard to say which day or all of my opponents were really nice during the whole tournament. So I it was just an amazing feeling just to be there and play with the guys anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly,
And
exactly.
on my second day, we had to play against Poland, and afterwards Theo and his team. So it was like, okay, now we're in. Now, if you want to win this, you really gotta keep your head in the game. And I went on the Danish forum and posted a video there before we had to play against Poland.
Mhm.
And I said to the guys at home, watching us and following us and cheering us on, I said, hey, if you want to do well in this tournament, you have to play good against those teams. And I consider our team as a good team. So I was like, okay, you cannot, do this without going through those guys first. So we had to play against Poland, and to the guys at home that don't know so much about how a team tournament works, it's more like if we can get 3 good matchups and then sacrifice you, that's how it is, and then you can maybe go for a draw, and that's just how it is on a team.
Yeah.
So I said to Helge, I want to meet all the lists except the stewards because he's gonna kill my formation. He's gonna hunt me.
Exactly.
And then I had to play against Mike and
Yeah.
against his
Stewards.
and we had to play contact because it was an attack versus attack. And I said to him before we rolled for the to determine who's the attacker and who's the defender, I said to him, this game, the outcome of this game will be determined right here at this dice roll right now. Because context really favors the attacker.
Yep.
I have an objective in his deployment zone that I need to go up and capture, meanwhile defending my own. He has immediate reserves. I have scattered delayed reserves.
Yep.
This mission is just like counterattack, it's broken. And it's like, how in the hell are you able to try and counter push his objective in 3.5 hours with reserves arriving for turn 3? So I was like, okay. So first we rolled a 6, both of us, and I was like, okay.
All right.
And I said, I must take a new dice out of my bag. And I kept the banter going like, this one has been in the microwave. So also rolled a 6. And then, of course, he rolled a 4 and I rolled a 2. And I was like, okay, Mike, don't let your team down. You have to win this now. And Mike is a great guy, and he had been on the team, Team Poland for many a year, and he also been on the stream and stuff. And we talked also a bit about the fact that his kid has been sick before the tournament, and I was glad that his kid was all right, and he is healthy now, and he was able to go. And because I'm almost a nurse now, we talked a little bit about what treatment they gave him and what for and stuff like that. And then we played it out, and 15 minutes left, and he was hunting my. With 15 minutes left, he was hunting my formations so hard. I was like staying concealed, gun to ground, really trying to counter push him a little bit with the units that I can afford to lose. But he was like, this unit, I'm gonna zero that one out right now with everything I got, and then go on to the next one.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Down to me running around with some carriers and some Daimlers in a forest and in a field, trying to dodge everything, including his artillery. And then with 15 minutes left, he managed to kill them, and it ended with a 6-3 win to him.
All right.
And it was okay because the rest of the team did really well. We won 2 games against Poland and played 1 draw, so the mission was a success for the team,
Yeah. You actually cost them the second place, I think.
What?
You cost them the second place for that.
Yeah.
Probably.
And then we had to play against Team Romania.
Hello.
And of course, people were cheering on before the tournament that me and Theo should play for sure.
Exactly.
And it all came down to that. And I think we had, in my opinion, we had outmatched you in the match. but because Dan was like, okay, Dan, he's for sure is gonna win this, and then the other three matches were like in favor to us, I think. And then I played against Tio, and I can remember I was like, Tio sat there looking a bit sad because I shouted, "Come on, roller two, come on, counter attack!" And then we got counter attack, of course. And Tio had to defend in counter attack, and I was
Well,
like, Jesus Christ.
well, I did a
Uh,
pretty good job in the end.
yeah, you did, man, you did, and also the fact that you were quite quiet in the beginning of the match, because I could tell that you had a lot of trouble selecting reserves, and oh, now you have to play against Christian, and well, what will people think online, and blah 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 blah.
No,
And I was thinking,
I was not afraid of that. I was very happy to play you actually because
yeah, me too.
you are my friend, and when you're playing against friends, is I mean it was on all. I think the most enjoyable match I had at the tournament, although it ended up with a draw, and I don't like draws. I would have preferred you winning it, but keep that
And the
for
thing is,
yourself.
I think the entire match came down to 2 turns where Theo's infantry was, as we talked about many a time on the show, be proactive with your infantry, don't sit down and wait. So he went out and assaulted something. I can't remember. I think he tried to assault some of my areas, and then I pulled back and stuff. But then
No,
they were out in the open. I had 1 turn firing 2 bombardment on you, and you saved like I don't know, you sacrificed your firstborn or something. And
yeah.
then in in the second the turn after that, you
Yeah.
assaulted me into the house, and okay, you killed some stands. I pulled back, and I also killed some of yours, hammering some of them in defensive fire. And then it all came down to the fact that Tio had 4 stands left, including his company commander,
Exactly.
and he had 4 shots on force, and you should get 2 hits, and I should lose 1 stand.
Yeah.
But Tio got 4 hits, and
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
lost 2 stands.
2 stands exactly.
So and that was it, because if I had had my infantry, if I just had 3 stands left, I would have been able to dislodge that infantry in the house, and it would have been a completely different game. Because from there on, it was just dices, because I had to completely hammer that house so many times.
Exactly.
Even
That was the first objective for me. That was the first objective. Sacrifice one of my infantry platoons to get rid of your infantry, of your paratroopers, because I knew that if I would go and dug into that house, you will have a 50-50 chance every turn to hit me, and then I will have a 66% chance to save my guy in the house. But there was a lot of firepower there, and I did a mistake, and that mistake was actually sacrificing my M10s for the crocodiles. Because if you would have kept the crocodiles in the game, then my game would have been like terrible. I mean, your list was made to kill infantry lists. My list, although not a 100% infantry list, was an infantry list. I mean, in the end, you killed both my platoons, both my infantry platoons, I think. You killed my mortars. I mean, the average did their job.
you had 1 carrier, MMG carrier left, and your company commander. That's it.
No,
And
no,
you
no,
did
no,
the
no.
correct thing, Tio, I think.
I think I had two. I had one MMG carrier. I had the commander, and then I had
Yeah, and you had double
universal
infantry.
carriers.
But the thing is, I needed to kill a carrier and an infantry, and you came down to needing to kill, like, I only had 3 units left also that you needed to
You
kill.
had you had your HQ, you had universal carriers and danglers. That
Yeah.
was like a complete bloodbath. I mean, I don't know if I have the picture with us. Let me see if I have
You gotta show them the picture of us.
I have to
And
show them the picture exactly. Let me see. Where is the picture?
but it's like when we had that game, it was almost like chess to you, because you know that I know that you know that you're gonna do this next. Okay,
Exactly.
so he's gonna do that for sure. Okay, and then he knows that I'm gonna do this, and blah 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 and so on. So it felt more like chess, where again the dices again were used with math in consideration. So I felt like playing chess against you.
Thank you.
rather
That's good.
than a tabletop game, because you know what you were doing and you know what I would do next, and I knew what you would do the next turn. So
Exactly. Especially with the fact that we talked that much about the strengths and weaknesses of our lists, and I'm very happy that both of us actually took into consideration each other's advice. Yeah, I will show the guys right now because I have it here. I just need to put it uh, to put this scene. All right. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. New window capture, and it will be.
yeah, but it was a very close game, and yeah, it came down to the wire, and then we played 3 draws with Romania and 1 loss to Dan, and it should have been in the other games. It should have been 2 wins for us, 1 draw for you, and then one
Yeah,
win,
but
I think.
sometimes it happens. Look at this. So this is us playing it. I don't know if it's on the stream right now. It should come. Yeah,
Yeah, it's on the
it's on the stream right now. So that's yeah. It's terrible.
Yeah, and as you can see there, I think we have removed some of the stuff. No, we haven't, have we?
No.
Yeah, I think.
It was right there, where everything happened. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. So this is us, and this is how the table looked. Yeah, it's shown. Yeah.
And the house we were talking about is
This one,
church.
the church here, yeah, with these 2 infantry stands standing here, and then he had his Alvarez parked right here. I had this Daimler, and then I had my Churchills shooting down his Daimlers here on the side, and yeah, complete mess. Look at this. Look at this. everywhere
And
you look.
it was not like that in the beginning. It was more like there was a lot of maneuvering and room. But then in the end, as I said, it was like a chess game. You place the pawns here, and then you try to move in the queen for the assault. And yeah, it was a good game. It was a really good game too. And I really enjoyed it. And we had such a laugh. And yeah, it was good. It was a good game.
Yeah, it was very nice, and I'm very happy that we got to play. And yeah, I always said that I want to play you guys. I'm unfortunately I didn't manage to play Loot, but I know he had tons more fun playing Andre probably than playing me. And the game against you was really nice. And after that, day 3 was I don't know what to say. We were fighting. I think we're on the second place, going to. I mean, we were on the second place first day, second day, and in the end, we're also on the second place. Uh, Third day was very nice as well, although it kind of started to be a little bit more contested. The fact that Super Smash Flames managed to gather 12 teams was okay, but already now we already played France, Poland, Denmark, and yeah, I mean we were slowly going for like 5th place, 6th place, and something like that. First game we played.
Gio, could you put up the link I sent you for the tournament results?
Yes.
And meanwhile, Gio is finding that. Like the thing is, when the tournament is only 12 teams normally. How many are we normally, Ludi? Is it like 24 teams?
Yeah, 24. Yeah.
Something like that. A lot.
Yeah. Then it's possible to do like what we call metaphorically like the submarine, where you win the first game very big, then maybe you play against a team of same skill level, and then you maybe play a draw with them, 2 losses and 2 wins perhaps, and then some of the teams in the lower bracket have won one of their games against an even, I don't know, worse team skill-wise than them, and then all of a sudden they do the submarine and come up in the top bracket, and then maybe you meet one of those. But here it was more like after the first day, the bracket had sort of settled. So it was we were on 3rd place on the first day and the second day, and we had to fight against Gio and his team Romania, France, Poland, USA, and Italy. And I think then we played against Switzerland, and it was the same thing for two. So it was like the top bracket fighting it out, and then mid tier, and then in the end it was the lower bracket also. And I felt that it was good for everybody. They felt they had equal opponents, that they had some enjoyable matches.
Yeah, I mean, apart from, let's say, the first game where Team Liechtenstein was very, very nice to play against. They are very nice and sympathetic guys to play with, and that was for me as an experience was an easy game. All the other games were pretty tough and pretty tight, and we had a lot to battle with. I'm having the final results on from T3 with the standings: France on the first place, Romania on the second place, Poland third, Denmark fourth. Then we had the Mercenaries with Etienne scoring 11 victories, with Ben coming on the second. They were a great surprise for us. Okay, Etienne is a very good player, and I was talking with Stefano from Team Swiss, which came on sixth place. Him and Etienne got 22 points. So imagine that. Imagine that. If they would, I mean, they are both from Team Swiss, and if this would have been like the Team Swiss, then probably they would have been much higher on the um, overall standings and things. Great surprise for me was what Team Belgium managed to do. Team Belgium was, I mean, I went to the Belgian GT. Um, they had absolutely great people there, a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of, let's say, I talked with them then, and they said we're working on forming this EDC team, and we're doing practices, and we're practicing and stuff like this, and it shows. You can see here they got on the seventh place in a very competitive environment. They I think they were equal with Swiss for same big points, but one small point or something like that was the difference between them, and so sixth place with seventh place they were equal, and they did an outstanding performance. Everybody was surprised. I think they were surprised as well. I remember at the festivities in the end, people were like. Team Belgium, where is it? Where is it? It was like 10th place, 9th place, 8th place. It was like, whoa!
And they did the submarine, and again, it's their first time at a major tournament. Just like when you go to the World Cup in football, and it's your first time there. I haven't heard of anybody that gets a trophy first time they go. So for them, I think they had a lot of learning points, and they were really nice gentlemen, all of them, really nice guys. We talked a lot about painting. I at least did with them, and I think they will be back next year with a vengeance, because now they know how it works. How is it to play for an entire weekend in a foreign language, and how is it to play against people with a different meta in their country, and how is it with the matchups and everything.
They are great guys, and I'm telling you, they are doing the Belgian GT this year. I'll be supporting that, so you will hear from news from them on this channel if you want to come to Belgium to the GT. I will try to get there as well. I'm planning to go to the UK Nationals, which are in November, and then 2 weeks later in Antwerp for the Belgian GT. Very busy winter for me. Hopefully COVID will keep it safe, and I will be able to do everything I propose to myself to do, and get to all these tournaments and stuff like this. The thing is that it shows when a country organizes itself for an event like this, and it shows that people playing in tournaments, playing local tournaments, playing international tournaments, brings the experience to players, and of course they mature. They start seeing the game. I mean, we always talk on this channel about fluff games, about historical gaming, about competitive gaming, and this kind of things. It's two different things. If you want to have fun, you can have fun with Flames of War and Loot and Christian here are masters of painting and hobbyists and this kind of all the historical approach to this game. I am more of a competitive. Let's play the game. I play for the win. I also enjoy maybe playing German lists, but I cannot bring them to tournaments because I know for my play style they don't suit me, and yeah, I tend not to win as much as playing the meta, let's say, the meta lists and the meta formations. I sometimes like to bring, like we had for this tournament. I mean, my list was Canadians. Nobody had Canadians at the tournament except me, and yeah, I got I think on the ninth place on general at the tournament. Which yeah, in the third
Yeah,
day,
but the thing is, like when you look at the individual scores, it's different from a regular singles Swiss draw tournament because sometimes people get thrown on the bus to make up for better results. So with a grain of salt, you should take the individual scores.
yeah, exactly. For example, Dan gave. I mean, it was me and him and Andre. We were the attacking forces, and he constantly joked with us, giving me two maneuvers, two attacks. He played two maneuver, two attacks. Andre played two maneuver, two attacks. So everybody played equal amounts of maneuvering and this kind of. I mean, my two maneuvers got me two draws, and one draw I was very very unlucky, or Livio, because I got to play Team Italy on the first game on third
Yeah,
day.
but Livio is really skilled too.
He's really skilled, but you know, he gave it to me in the end. He said, when you roll 4 or 5 times 5+ to stay with your elephants and with your Ferdinands in the assault and manage to not get pushed back by the assaulting infantry and everything. I was on the objective on the first turn. On my first turn, I was on the objective with dashing, follow me and everything. I was there, but he managed to snitch victory from the jaws of defeat, and he didn't win, but we draw, and he was actually close to being able to break in my formation, because when I am attacking, I'm all in, and I was not expecting that game lasting more than 3 turns. Unfortunately, we got to turn 7 or 8, something like that. Time run out, and we had to settle for the draw. And then the last game I had on the third day was against Team USA, and all the guys in Team USA gave me a spank for the whining I did, or for the let's say, I was very disappointed with the 3 Tigers 60 cars list.
Oh, you gave them a lot of banter.
Yeah. And they gave it to me to play against it, and I had to attack it with infantry. And all I can say is that I take my words back, because Tim, I think, yeah,
Tim McClellan, yeah, he's very
Yeah.
good player. 6th best in the US at the moment.
he is a very good player. I really like his army style. I think he's in the army, or he was in the army, because I mean, he played the game perfectly. I also did what Mikal did to you, Christian, trying to focus one platoon of cars, one platoon of cars, one platoon of cars. I managed to kill like 50, almost 50 cars in that
Yeah, I did
game.
the same to you when I played him. I finished one platoon because they have a last stand that is really nice and remount is really nice.
Exactly.
So I kept killing one platoon at a time, completely, no bailing out or something, nothing. Destroy one at a time.
Exactly. Destroy. And it was a very tough game. It was very, very hard to see that mass of little cars. and then the Tigers came, and then my Joe Atkins managed to score a hit, and guess what? I felt the firepower, and I was like, "Come on," you know. And the game was very, 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 very tense. But the entire U.S. team was very, uh, very good. I know they had some issues with some players that didn't were not able to catch the plane to arrive for the tournament and stuff like that. And apart from that, great job, Mr. Jackson. Also, very happy that I got to go to meet him again. I would have wanted a game against him because I think my game would have went a little bit smoother, not with such rolling dice and praying for the 4+ to come or the 5+ and everything.
But did you win against Tim?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I played against Tim and the US in the third day on the first game, and I won against Little Carlist. And I said to Helge, "Don't give me the little cars." But then we put up the video on Facebook
Yeah.
with Helge being like Darth Vader coming out of the elevator on the
Exactly.
Death Star.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'll take it. And I won. And then in the second game, I played against an Italian guy who was also really nice. I can't recall his name. I'm sorry, but he was a really nice guy. And I won that in free fall, and
All right.
I won it 8-1. But he did. I don't know what he was thinking, because I could easily out deploy him with all the little units I had.
Mhm.
So, and I kept my Achilles and my Shermans on long range the whole time. So he could only shoot 80 centimeters with his IS-2s, and I could shoot 90 centimeters. So there we go. And if you move them, well, you get a penalty. And if you fail your blitz, you get a penalty. So it's up to you. And then, but he was a really nice guy, and we had beer and played, and I won that. So 2 wins in the last game, 3 wins total, 1 draw, and 2 losses. So I'm happy. I did what I could for the team with the matches I was dealt. So
Exactly. Lud, how was your third day?
Yeah, it was good. I actually realized I told you wrong. My second day was Portugal and Italy. But yeah, so third day was started with the Swiss against Philip,
Mhm.
and no, hold on. I mean, yeah. Anyway, against Portugal, it was against Hugo.
Right.
And then the last game was the 2 mercenary teams, so Team Liechtenstein and the Mercs.
All right.
I played Raf from Switzerland.
Yeah.
It was actually he took me to the venue from where I stayed my first night in Switzerland, and then he drove me back there after the tournament. Really nice guy. The last game against Rafael was really tight. I mean, it was a game of again, like a Mexican standoff turn 2. Both were contesting each other's objectives. Came down to dice rolls, and by the end, Raf won. But yeah, it was absolutely. I think it was one of the best games I've ever had.
Mhm.
Easily goes in the top 5 of games ever played.
All right.
It was,
that's good.
we had so much fun playing the game. It was tight. There was no mercy on either side. I remember like turn 3 or something. He used his Soviet sappers to smoke. He threw a smoke on my
Smoke
Shermans,
pots. Yeah.
M10s, and paratroops that were defending the objective. He assaulted the Shermans with his full sapper company. I got like what? I managed from the defensive fire. I got like 20 plus something hits. one stand died.
No.
One stand failed the test. But then on the other objective, it was like the contrary again. He had he had a Churchill platoon in the forest, supporting another sapper company which was dug in, and I just kept bombarding them with my avrays, and his Churchills wouldn't have had. I mean, well, his Churchills could have fired at the avrays, but they would have lost their gone to ground, and I had fireflies just like waiting for him to do the mistake. He never did it. So basically, what happened was that I never managed to I for what 5 or 6 rounds I shot at his Churchills. Uh, Never managed to hit. He just sat there with them, and basically the same thing was happening on my side of the table when he was attacking. And by the end, he had his ISU 122s and a full company of Churchills coming up the hill against me, and that's when the Shermans and M10s showed again that their weak armor is their biggest enemy. But yeah, it was such fun.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. Yeah. So, guys, probably most of you guys, you've been there with us watching this at the tournament, and for all you other guys who didn't come to Super Smash Flames and who were not able to join or didn't knew about it, and all the COVID things that are around the world still and still affecting Battlefront, affecting everybody. I just read a post from Phil. They were playing a game of Flames of War, and they just received news for sudden lockdown in New Zealand, and all I can
Yeah, hard
say,
lockdown.
yeah, exactly. All I can say this tournament was first of all um, a great moment to get together once more time. It was a confirmation that at least in Europe, in the USA, the game is still going on. We're still pushing it forward. We were not like all right. Maybe we had a little less time to play. We couldn't get to play that much. But everybody that I talked with at the tournament, they had remote games. They had tabletop simulator games. Everybody tried to pick up the games and with everything. And I'm really sorry for Battlefront from what's actually happening right now because. I raised this issue with on the Facebook forum on Flames of War. Some of the people there, maybe they said that I was a little bit harsh and I was a little bit, talking bad things about Battlefront. But I'm not actually. I'm really supportive of Battlefront and I'm really supportive of this hobby of this game system. It's the only game system I'm playing actually with miniatures because first of all time and second of all it's just World War II that I'm
Yeah,
interested into at
it's
the
it's
moment.
not like, but the thing is too, we are allowed to give constructive feedback on
Exactly.
something.
What I try, and I will keep expressing myself. Maybe sometimes they get mad about it and they just turn off comments on my on my posts, but that
Yeah,
happens.
but too, it's just like it's just like with the football club. If you're a fan of the club, we still support it. We still play the game, but
Exactly.
you need to tell the players if they play bad, if they don't like
Exactly.
them. You need to know,
Exactly. Exactly.
and that's what
And
we're trying to do.
I'm,
Constructive feedback.
I'm very sad because they have a lot of books, and everybody was expecting a lot of books to come for mid war, for late war, and a lot of new releases, and they're setting this back a little bit. Um, Probably we will have bulge by the end of December or something like that, from what we're expecting and from what my senses are. You know, I've been right about 2 or 3 releases they had when I was expecting them, and with the glaze and everything, and probably Ardens will come by December. When it actually happens, so basically it will be a deemed release, let's say. Um, Otherwise, this tournament is the proof for everybody that we're still here, we're still enjoying it, we really like it. All right, we'll have less miniatures to buy, and I'm not complaining about that because I have plenty of miniatures right now, and I just want the list. I just want to be able to build new lists, try things out. We have the Romanians, the Hungarians, and the Finns now to try out. We here in Romania, we didn't play at all any of these 3 Axis allies nations because we were practicing for Super Smash, so basically we didn't care about them.
Same to us.
We will try to see how it goes. My opinion, we will talk about this in another episode, and we will discuss all the new books that are going to come out and all the new releases. About Super Smash Flames, and we'll jump to the next topic after this. Congratulations to France. Congratulations to everybody who came at the tournament. The 3 of us, in the end, managed to win 3 prizes. So basically, we are your stars, and we actually proved that we have quality for you. Christian won with Denmark, best painted. Lud won with Liechtenstein, best sportsmanship, and you cannot say anything about Lud, you know, because he's such a nice guy, and he's a very good friend. He's a very good person, and a very good friend to have. So Lud, thank you one more time for being in our community and delighting us with your presence at all these international tournaments. And I want to thank all my buddies and all my teammates and everybody who helped around. Special thanks to Etienne and Fred and everybody who put their shoulder to organizing these events. I came back with some of these T-shirts from Super Smash Flames, and probably we'll do some giveaways with them because I have like 10 left. So basically, we're gonna do some giveaways soon. I'll talk with the guys after this and see what we're gonna play with. Yeah, I got the second place. Happens. It was maybe my game with Livio where I couldn't get the win. It was maybe Andrei's game against Lud, so Lud cost us the victory. You can blame him, maybe.
But you can go through that, and that's the most thing. That's like the thing I enjoy the most, because I have been sitting like when I was painting, and now when I'm back at work at the depot at the army where it's just tiresome work, I constantly go through my games and I think like, I think I did the right thing. Should have done something.
I could have done this, yeah.
And I was like, no, I couldn't do anything else different. It came down to the dices and what should I have done in this game and what shouldn't. And then that's just, you can go and think about that for an entire year. And I can see that Tim from Belgium is always saying that they're already preparing. And Tim, it's brilliant, man. I love you guys, and it's perfect that you have this feeling like we'll be back next year with a vengeance, and we'll show for sure that Team Belgium is not to mess around with. And that's just the best part of the game is like, or the tournament is that
exactly
you have that feeling when you're done.
Exactly. I actually remembered after the game with Livio, I was like, well, I had the British infantry formation and he had minefields. Why didn't I choose night attack? You know, I was like, if I would have had that, yeah, it was, yeah. And there are those little things that constantly come to your head after the tournament and after the games and on the drive back, because I went by car, and on the drive back with Bobo. I sat there and we constantly talked about new lists and stuff like that, and then in my mind it was all the games winding up, coming back to
you're replaying them in your head. Yeah.
Exactly, and yeah, it was really really nice, guys. So Christian, wanna show off some pictures from who's the best painting team here?
Yeah, I just wanted to show of some of the pictures that of the army I did, and a lot of guys came and asked me like, me and Lutz should do a painting video, and we should do this and we should do that, and I'm thinking about buying like some kind of bipod or something for my phone, and maybe I can do a video on my YouTube channel, or yeah, me and Ludi can perhaps do some cooperation on something, but
That
it's
could be fun.
yeah, and again, it's just nice that when you spend so much time and effort, it pays off, and I came up and said to Lut that hey, we voted for you guys, and he can, hey, we sent it to you, and yeah, so it's just nice that people come and actually ask me, how did you do that, and how do you do these things, and how can you make shadows like that, or do you have
Exactly.
certain techniques, and hey, come and look at my army, can you give me some constructive
Yep.
feedback, or
We got the
I'll tell,
dam-
like,
we got the
and
Daimlers on
I'm
the screen right now.
yeah, normally I'm just a humble guy, like I don't want to critique your army, but okay, hey, but you could maybe try and do this and do that, and I think I talked to some guy called Hans from Team Belgium, I think, but it was just enjoyable, and they asked me a bunch of questions, say, hey, but yeah, maybe you should go and ask Lut, or check out what he did with his army, because he has another style than me, and he also has a nice army and looks really great. So it depends what kind of result you want.
Yeah, I mean, both of your armies were very, very nice painted, and the tournament was actually a team tournament in the end. So basically, Team Denmark won. So yeah, overall painting, as usual within Denmark, was absolutely top notch, and all the little things and the little details were there and very, very nice. I really liked your crocodiles, man. I really like them. They're very, very nice. I think the guys can see them on the screen right now. Yeah. This the infantry. Look at this. Dead cows and trees on the mortars. These guys were pinned for like 3 turns, I think, right?
Yeah, probably like yeah. On a 4+, they should have been pinned for 1 turn too.
Exactly. They stayed pinned for like 3 turns, and I was like, yes, come on, yeah, 3+, yeah.
But actually, I was very happy about them during the tournament, because they really helped me out in a lot of situations. And I kept them on. I'm gonna keep them on my list for some time, because I still like the 3+, especially against Packness and stuff where you have to reroll your firepower. It's really nice to have the 3+.
Exactly. I mean, my 4+ mortars, they did squat against pack fronts, and um, apart from smoke and apart from being one of the units in my core formation that was kept to the back, and I think only in the game with you I lost them. Apart from that, they didn't do anything else. I mean, maybe pin down 1 infantry at a point, but
Smoke something, or
yeah, always use the smoke because that's what they were there for, but otherwise they didn't do that much. Arnheim, and what's the other thing? Nigel?
it's Nijmegen, and
Nijmegen.
yeah, and the thing is, I looked it up.
Mhm.
Oosterbeek, which is the drop zone area for the Paris doing Market Garden, and I did the correct measurement. Roughly
Really?
between yeah. Drop zone is here, and there's 8 miles, 8 kilometers to
Arnheim and 10 to Nijmegen.
Yes.
Nice, and the barbed wire and everything. That's a lot of detailing. Universal carriers with 50 cal. Man, I really wanted to ask you something actually about the 50 cal mounting. I've seen this on Battlefront also, but from what I would imagine on these universal carriers, wasn't it easier for them to mount them central vehicle, like not on the gunner
No,
position?
because there's historical references and pictures that shows it's put there, and if you mount it on top, you have to stand in full figure when you're firing it.
Right.
And by putting it there where the boys and the tank rifle is supposed to be, they had some kind of cover in comparison to mounting it on top. And then again, I think it has something to do with the frame of the vehicle, because I remember that, for instance, our Geländewagen, our Mercedes open top vehicles that we have nowadays, or we used to have in the army, it couldn't handle a 50 cal because the frame cannot take the amount of pressure that
The 50 cal, yes.
cal generates. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you watch them like they are right now, they will be forward firing. I mean, they replace the MG that it's forward firing. So basically, I was thinking maybe they replace the Bren gun that sits in the middle and it has a
Yeah.
360 overview. But yeah, this is how it goes. The Ackley is very, very nice with how is it called, that camel thing?
Hessian camel.
Hessian camel, yeah, exactly. Really nice. Really, really nice. What do we have here?
Lud, could you send like a mail to Theo with the pictures of your army?
Let's see. An email might be quite slow, but yeah, let's see. Although I don't have Theo's mail here, so Theo, if I send them to you on your phone,
Yeah, you can try. You can try that. You can try that and see how it goes from there.
Otherwise, send them to me on WhatsApp, Theo, and then Lud, and then I'll send it to him on email.
Yeah, that's best. Put them on WhatsApp and maybe you can put them on email. The Avre bridge is absolutely wonderful thing you had, and everything here was he could clip them off, so not to have them inside the game. Although I think that at a point you wanted this Avre bridge, right?
When I played against Fred, it would have been brilliant to have that card.
Yeah, because I
I would
remember.
have loved it.
I remember when you were saying that I wouldn't cross the river, and then I told you, well, you have every bridges, come on.
Yeah, and actually, in 14 days' time or 1.5 weeks' time, we go to this tournament event in Denmark, where we play only with 80 points and a chess watch, and it's called Conquer the Table. So I'm gonna bring what's the information called? It's the what's it called? The assault bridge formation. Sorry, it's the assault card for breaching group. That's the word. Yeah.
All right.
Breaching group. And I'm gonna bring all the crazy stuff. So I'm also gonna bring a bridge, and it's because you don't have much time to try and conquer the table, and it basically means you have a table you want to attack, and you have an 80-point attack list, and if you win, you have an 80-point defense list. And the longer you hold on to your table, the more points you get.
Nice.
So I just want to have a YOLO army. With,
yeah, but the YOLO army only goes 8 inches, my friend.
Yeah, but then again, they can, I don't have to move that much stuff around because I have a chess watch.
All right.
So I don't have that much time to think. I only have 15 minutes to move, shoot, assault, everything.
All right.
Otherwise, I get penalties.
That sounds pretty tense, I think. Sherman's absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Joaquin's barrel, very nice. My Shermans were a disappointment for my painting scheme. They were actually the first Shermans I had from the starting box that you get from the old startup Open Fire, I think it was called.
Yeah.
And I had those Shermans, and they were one of my first jobs with painting and stuff like that. And they weren't the best painted unit in my army by far. All right. All right, guys. Let's see if I can get loot. Let's hope that my.
I'm sending you Ludi's army right now.
All right. Let's see if I can get them on faster. That would be perfect.
Yeah, but Ludi, we should for sure try and make some kind of, I don't know, cooperation video with us taking over the channel for an episode.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do it just with step-by-step pictures and then us commenting on it. I think it's the easiest way.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
Exactly. Sounds like a very good idea. You guys do that, especially when I'm off wandering the country.
I remember one point when we took over to make the Bagration, the Russian Bagration book. We had to make our analysis of that.
Exactly. Well, you guys.
It was all the technical stuff like Theo, what to do, and you had to do all kinds of stuff, and we were chatting with you on WhatsApp.
Yeah. But in the end, it worked. It was quite a nice and enjoyable episode, I think. All right, I have Luke's picture. The other master at painting. Very nice armies. All right. Closing this. Now this comes in. Bam.
But I can tell you one thing, Ludi, he got his machines much cheaper than I did.
All right.
Because I was thinking about it because he told me I bought these machines and I then seen the same homepage as him. I was like, nah, I don't need them right now. And then Brexit came. And then I had to pay a lot of fee and tax to get it.
Lut, what's up with "Embrace the Suck" slogan?
Oh, it's an army joke. No, Christian knows it.
It's because it's something that the NCO will tell you. If you, let's say, you have to make this.
Sucks, so you just got to
embrace it.
Enjoy it.
All right.
Just caress it and then try and work around it.
Yep.
Very, very nice painted army. A lot of details also on yours, and those Shermans look absolutely wonderful. I think I should commission you guys to paint my Shermans because they are the only.
You can't afford it.
That's the thing. Since neither of us really like to do commissions, our price would be so high that Christian and we can do a commission for someone, but you really, really, really need to want it.
you need to be rich.
Yeah, you could perhaps I don't know, sacrifice your firstborn or something.
That's only for dices.
We'll only take one kidney, your left
a spleen,
eye, all your savings, your mortgage.
Exactly.
No, but the thing is, like, me and Ludi, we talked about it once, privately, that like commissions, it's different because you feel a ton of pressure and you have to paint at a certain level, and it's not for yourself, so it's actually not that quite enjoyable anymore. It's like a work almost. You feel like it's a work situation where I have to do this.
Schedule. Usually, you have a schedule that you need to respect, and I mean, for Christian and me, this is how we relax and decompress. So
exactly, this infantry also.
I've painted one army for a friend, and it was fun, but at some point it was like, I really feel like I want to do something else. Mm-hmm. But I promised that he would have them for a tournament. So what do?
You are a good friend as usual. All right, so your infantry also top bunkers. I didn't got what happened with your second in command. I think was it.
It's the recovery vehicle.
All right. So did you play it as this, or you had one with a turret?
No, I mean, was where you just don't see the turrets.
Right.
Again, it doesn't matter because you measure from the gun mantle and you can just
Yeah,
measure from the
exactly.
little distance. It
It's
doesn't matter.
absolutely wonderful to have this kind of things, the little details that that are in your armies make them very very nice. I will look for some pictures if we are showing off this. I think I have some pictures of my army, or at least the parts that I can show to the community, because otherwise people will say, "What's up with this guy and his army?" But where is it?
I remember 1 week, like in advance of the show, or was it like 2 weeks prior to going there? You were like showing off your bare naked gray plastic soldiers, and like, I have to paint these in 14 days.
Something like
And
that. Some
it's something for Chris and me that's hard to go because I mean we put 14 days on a platoon.
Yes, on one
yeah,
platoon, you
way
had to paint the entire thing.
way too much, way too much. It's spit painting, my friends.
But it was a
Look at
nice
it.
tabletop stand that you had, Tune, for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the minimum thing that I try to do because I like playing against nice painted armies. So I think people like to have, it's a sign of respect you show to your opponent when you bring. I mean,
Yep.
at least you try it a little bit. These are my guys. I mean, right. Apart from the fact that they are on a napkin, I tried. You can see I tried. I put some bushes on. I did some mud effect on them, and I think they are decent. I mean, for my standard, um, they are okay. They are okay. I mean,
It's a
all right.
nice, perfect tabletop stand that you have the colors on that they're supposed to have. They're not pink and they're not like on. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Exactly, exactly. Let me see if I have some other pictures. This one coming to life. Yeah, look. They have 3 tones of color on them. They have some washes. They have faces. I didn't painted the guns, as you can see, but I think the natural gray from the UK Army, the bronze green from the British, suits them very nice. You can see I have a mix of um, American GIs with British forces because they are Canadians. So basically, I try to showcase this with a mixture between
Okay, yeah.
British and Americans. Uh,
Okay, that's great.
Also, a thing that I chosen, this is what you guys know better. These are the British guys. You guys know better is the fact that, for example, the Canadian uniform was a little bit lighter than the British one, a little bit greener, and I went with a tone of greenish, let's say, to these guys. Look at these guys; they are nice, they're good, they're decent. I tried my best.
Yeah.
You can't say I didn't.
One thing you could really do to make it pop to you, I think, when you have the miniatures that dark, is that you should use like a base tone for the bases,
Right.
like Iraqi sand or an ivory color or something like
Yeah.
that. It could
Ex-
be really nice for those dark bases, and because it would make the thing on top really stand out. You
exactly.
could perhaps try it out.
I will try. I'll try. I'll be. I'll be. I promise. I'm trying to build a very big German force, and probably I will do that watching your video on painting and getting your tips for how I should do that. Although I don't remember. I think Lud
Yep.
embrace the saga. Soren really likes the really likes the
Sören, I can bring it to polar bear with me.
exactly.
So you can look at it there again. And actually, someone pointed out to me on Facebook that it looks like an awesome objective, and to be honest, I think the size is about right to be a large base.
But you should make like 3D print an objective with that. Would people
No,
just?
I mean, I'll use that patch as like an emergency objective. If I ever forget to, I'll need to put it on my gaming bag. And if I ever forget my objectives at home, I can always use that.
That's
Ah,
that's a very good idea. That's a very good
that's like a
idea.
life hack to you.
Exactly. Look, I have objectives. Look. All right, guys. Anything else you would like to add in this episode, or should we jump to the anecdote?
We have one last topic that we need to go over, which is like sportsmanship
All right. Yes.
tournaments.
Exactly.
And it was something that I brought up pre-show because I have won it once with my team at the ETC, but Ludi have won it like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times or something like that.
Hold on,
And
I've got them on the wall here.
yeah. And it is something that is very, like, you have to pay respect to a guy that owns so many sportsmanship awards, because again, we talked about it a lot. Time is the most valuable resource in life, and if you pay tons of money, you work your ass off in the hamster wheel to go at a tournament somewhere far away to play with your toy soldiers, you want to have a great time.
Exactly.
And
You want to enjoy it and to say, okay, it's worth the.
yeah, and then you want to play against a nice guy, and you want to have a great time again. And the fact that Ludi once again won it, and the team, I think the way Ludi won it, and the way Ludi works around his team and his mates, I think it has something of an effect on your teammates, Ludi, because you guys always, the team you're on always wins it. And I just want to say that it's very remarkable that the same guy has won that prize so many times. It says something about the way he is as a person, the way he presents himself towards strangers or new players and stuff like that. And I think it's wonderful that Ludi is here with us on the show to represent that part of wargaming as well. Because nobody wants to be that guy at the tournament. You might get frustrated, you might get annoyed, but in the end, it's just a game with toy soldiers and dice.
Exactly.
So I don't know what Ludi does. He said to me he's just himself. But could you put some words on it, Ludi? How you approach a game at a tournament?
I mean, okay. First of all, as you said, well, I want to say you guys said that I've won it 4 times. I've never won it alone. It's
No, you haven't.
I've three. I think 3 of these are 3 of these awards are sorry. 2 of the awards have been with Team Austria. It's a bunch of great guys, absolutely fantastic guys to play with, to hang around with. Then the Team Liechtenstein is none of the other guys were from Team Austria, but as Theo said, for example, Vazi is a really good guy, and he's Vasilios is one of the guys that he was one of the first international Flames of War players that I got to know after Ben Sealing from the Austrian team, but he lives in Switzerland. Those, you could almost say that those guys kind of like were the first ones, since they were the first ones that I played against in Salamanca, and kind of like, how do I say, realize that as you, Christian, said, we're there to have fun. We're playing with toy soldiers. It's sure it's you're at a competition, but most and foremost, you're there to have fun. It's I know Theo plays for the win. I play to have fun. And
I play to have fun also, my friend.
yeah,
But
and I mean, when I don't know if you can call it a process, but when I when I go to a game, when I start a game, doesn't matter if it's here at home or the tightest game at a tournament at the key moments. I always greet the guy, say hi, uh, show him my list, explain my units, ask him how his games have been, like the usual stuff that you talk about. And I've held on to the rule of when you win a game, you buy the loser a beer, or if he doesn't drink beer, you buy him a Coke or something. You chat with him, you 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 talk about whatever stuff comes to mind during the game. It's sometimes, of course, you might have a language barrier. I remember the first game I played in Salamanca against, no, it was the second game ever, was against Romania. We had a bit of a language barrier there, but I mean,
why?
there there was a bit of a language barrier, let's say. I mean, your guys all speak English,
Yeah,
but it's I mean, for anyone, it's notable if it's not a language you're comfortable to use, it's easily noticeable.
hmm
And yeah, I mean, just taking it easy. I I try not to like get irritated, or I hardly ever get irritated anyway, on because somebody doesn't understand something. I try to explain what's happening or what we're talking about in what, well, in any way possible, so to speak. And I mean, yeah, I'm there to have fun. We I what usually happens after a game might discuss like what could have happened differently. Want to review something that if this would have happened that way, could it have changed something? Yeah, it's just I don't know. I'm As I told Christian earlier. I don't know. I'm just myself.
he's just
Yeah,
himself,
I
you
get,
know. He plays
yeah.
himself,
I think,
and
but I just think it's something that we should respect, because it's important that you represent. Let's say you're at an international tournament. They never met a guy or somebody from Denmark, Romania, or
Yeah,
Finland. So you're not only representing yourself, but
sure.
also
Yeah,
your country and the
exactly.
gaming community that you're
yeah,
from. So
precisely.
the way you present yourself is very important. And the shortest route between two people are through a smile.
Exactly.
It takes much more effort and many more muscles to produce an angry face than a happy face.
Yep.
That's physics. That's physics. That's actually truth. So try to smile more when you play and have a laugh.
Exactly. Try to drop a joke on about something and try to have fun about your dices, especially. I mean, sometimes you get frustrated. I mean, sometimes it happens to me when dices just go wrong. But especially at tournaments, I just yeah, it happens. You know. At
And I
home,
mean,
when I play with the guys, okay, that's a different. It's always harder to play your own team at home than to play somebody else at the tournament, because you just have to be, as you said, you represent your country there, you represent your hobby community, and you just have to understand that as you did an effort to come to that tournament. This is especially
yeah,
now that we had to travel to Switzerland, for example. Um, it's an effort for me. For example, when Team USA came to Super Smash Flames, they are my heroes. I mean,
they came a
Yeah.
long way.
a very long way, and cost them probably a lot of money and a lot of time. Because yeah, this when you go and when you start a game against an opponent, you have to think about he sacrificed time, he sacrificed family time, he sacrificed money for this, and you are there to give him the best experience he could have playing a game. And you just have to play the game fair first of all, and this is something that I always try to emphasize and say, let's play the game fair. For example, my opponent did a mistake. He said, I'm shooting you on fours or fives. And I told him, no, you shoot me on fours. I mean, all right, we're a tournament and maybe sometimes you need to know the rules to be able to win it.
Yeah,
But
but still, that's like that's like basic decency. If the guy counts it wrong, that's, I mean,
it's fair play to tell him, you
yeah,
know?
it's
Yeah.
fair play. It's basic decency. And one thing that I do quite often, especially if it's like a non-critical situation, if the guy realizes that he forgot to do something in some area and he moved on to shooting phase, and then suddenly goes like, "Oh my God, I forgot that other side completely." Of course, go ahead. I mean,
Yeah.
it,
Play
it,
to intent.
it
I always
happens
say that.
to all of us when we suddenly get excited about some area of the game, we focus on it, and then we forget something completely. And I mean, it. I wouldn't enjoy winning a game because somebody basically forgot to do something for 2 turns completely because we were both talking about something cool that's happening over there, and then he goes like, "Oh my God,
I forgot to roll
I
reserves.
yeah, or do you mind if I move my guys over there?" I mean, of course, go ahead.
Yeah. And for instance, when I played against Michael from Poland in his game, of course he got reserves on the first turn. But you know why he got reserves on the first turn? Because I told him. Because he already started shooting and moving and installing. I said, by the way, Mike, don't you care about your reserves? And he was like, because I don't wanna win out of ignorance because it's just
Yeah,
stupid. It doesn't make you a better player to act
yeah.
like that.
It's not a win. You when people say that sometimes the games are like they're so even that you win from your opponent's mistake. Yeah, you want if you win from a like gaming mistake, that's all right. But like a how'd I say like a game ruining mistake? No, I mean
Yeah, you
don't
started shooting and you
don't
forgot to
abuse that.
unpin somebody or you moved
Yeah,
somebody
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
you
yeah.
didn't unpin first. Jesus Christ, relax, just do it, man.
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly. Well, sometimes it counts. Sometimes, for example, as we
I
talked
mean
about.
if it's something, I mean, really critical,
No, for
then
example,
then I then I then I rely on the guy that he should know what he's doing. But let's say 9.5 out of 10 times, I'll let the guy do his stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Alrighty, guys. Righty. Very, um, very nice tournament. I didn't had any fights with anybody, and
You're never supposed to have a fight when anyone at a tournament.
exactly. So sometimes it happns.
If if,
Um,
if
Otherwise,
the
you'll
guy
have a
if
very
the guy
private
if the guy
conversation
gets
with me and
mad,
Ludi in the back.
and I really enjoyed everything there. I really enjoyed the tournament. Looking forward to um, we're looking forward to what we will see for next year. ETC, hopefully it will happen with everybody coming in. I can see Danila Zubok in the comments saying hello to Russia. Very happy to see you in the chat with us, and it is the one who does fewer mistakes wins. But generally, the fewer mistakes we're talking here about are, as Lud said, mistakes in gameplay, not actually forgetting to roll for reserves. I mean, when you forget to roll for reserves, and if you remember at the end of the turn, okay. If, for example, you still have ambush and you pop the ambush and then say, okay, now I roll my reserves, or you roll your reserves and then pop the ambush, or you don't pop the ambush, okay, then it's talkable, it's debatable. But
Yeah, but
if
then help him out and say, if you
Yeah.
hadn't popped this ambush, just say you need to roll reserves, or and
exactly,
then it's like, just help him out, man. This is just ludicrous not to do, because then if you go up against another player that doesn't forget stuff, yeah, you you haven't you'll have a run for your money, because if you beat somebody out of ignorance because they forgot to roll reserves for 3 turns in a row, and you just sit there like Mr.
exactly.
Burns and says, "Yes, gotcha." Well, what tells that about your person and the way you play? Is that how you want to win, or do you want to win through skill and maneuver? It's
Exactly.
not like if he makes mistakes, like, hey, I shouldn't have attacked around this house in this direction. Okay, too bad for you.
I shouldn't
But if it
expose
goes
my
down
entire
to,
army.
I moved and I forgot to unpin something and I haven't begun shooting yet, fine by me. Feel free
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, Danila, looking forward to see Russia with us. We really missed you
Yeah.
guys.
We're
We really missed you guys, and I'm looking forward to see you at the next international tournament, because I know you guys come to Belgium or to the German GT or wherever else, and hopefully we could get together as a community one more time and have as many people coming in from Australia, New Zealand, and all over the world for the next ATC and for the next big tournament. And looking forward to see everybody coming back. And yeah, it was a great fun. It was a great fun. Super Smash, very nice tournament. We will have another episode where we will talk about what we learned from this. We will do like a breakup of what lists were too powerful, what should we change in the meta, or how should we see the game evolving from this. The scoring system was a little bit different from ETC, and we will have a talk about this because I think it's very important to adapt. And I think version 4 with this point system 2-1, 2 for points for victory, 1 point for draw, it really emphasizes a lot the defensive posture.
Yeah, but again, if I think we should talk about it in the next episode. But just one quick comment on it is that version 4 favors the attacker. So I think for the defensive lists at the tournament, it's a really good idea that you can go for a draw and still support your team instead of being thrown under the bus continuously through 6 games.
The idea is that you're not going for the draw, but most of the cases it ends up with the draw because okay, the attacker runs out of steam, but the defender doesn't have the opportunity to push back the defender past the 8-inch barrier to get them off the objective. Yeah, very nice, and hopefully we'll work on this and see how it goes. The four-man system was okay for the fact that this happened still under COVID restrictions. I really like the six player more because you have a lot more to do in the point from the point of in the perspective of pairings and from what the ATC and the tournament means. 4-man pairings was pretty much every time the same situation, same mixture. You cannot fool the other team as much as you could have done on a 6-man pairing. Alrighty, Christian, you have something prepared for us.
Yes, this anecdote is I've done a lot of research on it, and the thing is, it's difficult for me to verify exactly if this is true or not. So let's just call it an urban legend or a legend. But it goes that during the campaign in Northern Africa, the Italian army, like the Africa Corps and the 8th Army, had very limited amounts of water. So you can imagine the water was mostly used for cooking and drinking, not so much washing and shaving. But the supply chains were long, and the water was scarce. So what could you do? Well, you could try and drink some water from an oasis or well, but
Get sick.
the amount of bacteria there was like, yeah. Uh, the sanitary things were not that great. So what the Italians did was that they issued 3 times a day a shot of Fernet Branca. And for you guys that don't know what that is, I'll put a link in the chat. And Fernet Branca is
It's a liquor.
it's a liquor, and it's made of herbs, 52 different kinds of herbs, and it is said to be good for the balance of your bowels and your intestines and your stomach. So to help the soldiers not to get dysentery, they were issued Fernet Branca to help out. Like it's more or less like a nature medicine to try and keep the balance of the bowels in order. So the Italian army had 3 shots of Fernet Branca, one at each meal each day, to try and keep them from shitting themselves to death. If they had drank some water from a well or an oasis. But I will not. Normally, all my anecdotes are verified and true, and I looked it up in many of my historical books. But this one here, I can find. Some record says that it's true, and some say that it's just bollocks. But that is tonight's anecdote. So whenever you drink a Fernet Branca, think about the poor Italians that had to drink it to keep themselves from dying of dysentery and cholera.
It's one of those shots later on in the evening when you go out. You only drink it if your friends bring it to the table and force you to.
Is it that bad?
No, it's like
I don't like it.
No, my granddad he used to drink something similar from Denmark each morning through his entire life, like to keep him healthy.
Yeah.
And
good thing.
But it's just,
the things that make you healthy are not tasty. I know that.
Exactly. Yeah, I'll bring you a shot next TTC to you, or at the Belgian TT. I'll bring you a bottle, and you can have some.
Perfect. Very, very nice. All right, guys. Thank you very much for chatting with me, and thank you very much for everybody watching this video and staying with us. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see when we'll go live with our next episode. Probably we'll have these episodes coming in on every 2 weeks, because having them as we used to, it's clearly not something that we can hang on for the time being with my workload. And I know the guys Lud and Christian also have a lot of things to do, and also I think it's a good way to ensure, as I talk with Lud at the SSF, it's a good way to ensure that we will have a good subject to talk with you about and tell you about.
Yeah, with some meat on it. Yeah.
Exactly, with some meat on it. All right, for the next episode, we definitely gonna talk about what happened at the Super Smash Flames. We'll have Excels, we'll have data sheets, and we have standings with how certain lists performed. Because I keep seeing on Flames of War forum that people are asking what's the best Panther list, what's the best Hungarian, or what's the best list to start with. Playing this game and playing this game system. We will try to put things out and tell you what our opinions are and how we found out about different things and different combinations. All the 3 of us, we all reckoned that the reconnaissance British formation will be very, very strong. It actually proves to be very, very strong. It is like a lot of things. It can bring up in support, and you can have a lot of fun. I really like your helmet. I should buy. I mean, I think I have a German helmet at home, and I'll probably try it out for the next episode. But I have a huge head, and that helmet is quite small, and I'm really looking funny on camera. All right, guys, thank you very much for staying with us. Soren is mocking me. What's the best Panther list? Soren, you know the best Panther list is the
The
Soviet,
Russian one.
the Russian
Yeah.
Panthers. Exactly, they are the best
or
Panthers.
the one that stays at home.
Exactly. And yeah, Danila, we will break down the builds. Very weird dish, let's say. Mine once was one weird build, let's say. We had the 60 million cars that proved to be a tough list to crack, and it was very hard to play against it. The six elephants, they were there. They did their job. I think Vasi actually won a game, which is very nice because I was not I think he won one and draw one actually, right? Isn't it, Lud?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. But then again, the Team Liechtenstein lists were pretty much just something that we drew out of thin air.
Yeah,
A
but
bit before we came to the tournament, and I mean we didn't try them out in any way.
yeah, but
We weren't there to compete anyway. We were one of the teams that were supposed to lose. So
you were there and you got your prize, so don't complain.
no, I mean, but that's the point of the Merc team. You're there to equalize the number of opponents and
Exactly. Exactly. Special thanks. Exactly. Special thanks to everybody who helped out with mercenary team and Portuguese team, which kind of came up in the last moment. The Italian team who came up after the rosters were presented. They were able to do their lists like two weeks before the tournament, and it was very nice. And yeah, we will talk about it in the next episode. Thank you very much, guys. See you in the next episode. See you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Stay healthy. Bye bye.
Ciao.